Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gravity Throttle Racing Sand Dunes track. My name is Errand.
And I'm standing right next to Errand. This is Richard Gere. All right, fans, this is day 2 of our time trials for the Great Sand Dunes Showdown. You're looking at the next 13. And it begins with Polo Racing driving that Toyota. And let's just look down the line. You're going to see some beautiful trucks. And here's a monstrosity, no doubt, driven by Fat Dad. That's the fattest one we have. But we're excited to have some new competitors joining this exciting race. And we've got some unique builds. And what do we got there, Elon Musk?
Yeah, I guess so. Now remember, fans, each driver is given 3 attempts to post their fastest time.
Marco Polo is going to kick off day 2 of the time trials in his off-road Toyota at 58 grams. And he had a very solid performance in all 3 runs. This is the first run with his fastest time. A nice jump off the starting line and through the rocks. You can see he's looking quite efficient, and our drone camera has to zoom along to keep up with him. He makes his way through the undulations there on the sand dunes quite well. Nice smooth work, and our drone camera's a little off angle, but you can see him come through the finish line. He noses it as he lands on the landing ramp, but wheels down, and an 18.0362 is very good. All right, next up is the Mad Mullet from the Wichita Diecast Racing League, driving that El Camino. Gorgeous car there, truck there, just under 70 grams, and he's got some extra knobby tires in case he gets a flat. No, kidding aside, he does quite well up here on the top, and then zoom, he's off into the sand. The drone is having to fly along and keep up with his speed. He takes a nice high line around that pretzel turn, and whoa, look at that, jumps all 4 wheels off the ground, and he blasts on through the finish line, almost landing wheels down, 17.3315. What an excellent time. You're looking at Greg, and Greg is from G-PAK Racing in Arizona, driving that Nissan Hard Body. Now, if he's from Arizona, I have to believe he is used to sand, and that high-rise truck is going to do quite well. Now, he did finish all 3 races. That's a very good sign. Again, consistency counts. And he's heading over the sand dunes, looking very smooth. Now, here he goes, entering the pretzel turn. And comes out nicely over the hill. And now onto the half pipe. He noses it in, but finishes on his wheels. And this was his fastest run. 18.1496. Great job. James Ironbeard from Ironbeard Customs in Texas. Look at that gorgeous Ford Sand Blaster. Swedish Jeff had a Sand Blaster, and now we're about to see how well James will do in his Sand Blaster. Of the 3 runs, he managed a great time in the second run. He did have a freak accident and DNF the 3rd run. Nicely done over the sand dunes. Look at him carrying a lot of momentum over the hill onto the half pipe, wheels off of the edge. He rolls over, but as the camera pans back, he just nearly broke 18 seconds. All right, race fans, Fat Dad is here with his Scania rally truck. Take a look at this behemoth. Motorcycles in the back, dirt from practicing earlier. This thing is larger than life, and here he goes. Let's take a look now at the Scania did finish all 3 races. He had a rather unique issue on his second run. He came along here and actually hit the bridge and it added 8 seconds to his final run. But here he comes, and look at a straight line right over the jump. I can laugh about it now, but what actually happened, and the camera's going to pan down, he hit that large white truck we were standing in front of and knocked both of us over.
Not exactly a pleasant feeling. Okay,
and it was a 20-second run. Fans, don't worry, I'm fine, and Errand did get the wind knocked out of him, but he recovered.
I did?
Yeah, in about 20 minutes. Hey, and thank you, Ragin' Ricky, for towing that white truck back in position. Now we've got a newcomer here. It's Argus, and look at the name, Lambs to the Cosmic Slaughter. Now come on, you got to give him credit for a beautiful track or a team name, racing here for the first time at the Sand Dunes Showdown. He's got a D100, and he's coming through, making his way over the trees. I believe he finished all 3 races, and indeed he did. Now builders, take a look carefully at the tires. They are black on black. Now the Hold My Beer guys had a look at those, and the quality is subpar. They went on to explain that the wheels were just too loose on the axles, and of course that will slow the truck down. So Argus came through with a 22.6335. Papa Pugsley. Ladies and gentlemen, from ManChild Motorsports, we've got a Baja truck, and it looks mean. Love the color scheme. ManChild Motorsports is no stranger to gravity throttle racing. In fact, we love the format of their latest race, where the top 32, I believe, will be in the first group. You can call them the expert class racers. Unfortunately, Speedball Herman, our racer, took 35th, and so he will be in the second group. So we're going to do something very similar, and look at ManChild. Papa Pugsley comes through nicely, and his time, sorry, I got a little carried away, is 17.6351. The Doctor's in the house with Dr. Dodge Racing, and Sisters of the Heavy Metal are the drivers. Dr. Dodge has a gorgeous-looking metal machine. That's right. Call it a Dodge, a Chevy, I'm not sure, but it's a metal machine. And it does quite well. In fact, Dr. Dodge, or Sisters of the Heavy Metal, were able to come through with 3 finish times that were below 20. And here, race number 2, he comes sliding through. Beautiful jump over, knocking the back tree. And what did he get? It's 18.2188. Great job. Just in time with Fool's Errand Racing. Now he's up in Nebraska, and he's going to be introducing, I believe, the first of just a couple of sand burners. These lowrider looking guys with the knobby tires. He's coming around over the rocks and the tree. Pretty average. And now he's picking up some speed. He is 65 grams, so again, we're seeing maybe a little bit of a slow up. Not sure why, but look how smooth that turn was. And here he comes onto the half pipe. I think he lost a little momentum there as he was coming onto the half pipe, but this was his best time at 20.5618. Triple B is in the house, and Barry is the driver from Illinois. And I believe Triple B was a part of the Braggin' Wagon tournament. Look at this hyper rocker. He named it Slasher, and Slasher is on his way. The big tires are handling the rocks easily. Look at that, jumping right over the log, no problem. And he's looking fast. A nice smooth ride. Now, interestingly enough, as he screams along, this is his third run because he DNF'd the first 2. Oh, what a lot of speed, and wow, that was a double barrel roll on his backside. He comes through with a 17.3143. It's Cooter Smith with Stoopid Fish Racing. And I have trouble taking Fred seriously. Stoopid Fish, though, has a really interesting design. And let's take a look here as he makes his way over the rocks. He's looking good. He did manage to finish all 3 times. And in fact, he was very consistent. All 3 times were in the 18s. This was his fastest. Look at how he's coming along. He rode the pretzel turn nice and high. Smooth as can be over the finish line. Makes that jump look easy. And Cooter Smith comes in with an 18.1683. Grumpy Elon. A lot of people don't like his Cybertruck, and no wonder he's grumpy. So he's racing with Grumpy Cloud Racing. I love the way that's outfitted. As we wait for the green light to go, there we are. Now Grumpy, watch carefully. He is making his way over things quite well. He DNF'd 1 run by hitting a tree, but got under 18 seconds on another run. And race fans, this was even faster. So smooth around the pretzel turn, and now onto the half pipe. Look at that nice smooth landing after the jump. He got stuck in the tree, and we'll scroll back. He got a 17.0107. Wow. Here's our last competitor. On day 2, it's Giorgio with G-Force Racing, and he's driving that Jeep J10. Giorgio's been here many times, and he's ready to fire off that starting line. There he goes, and through the rocks. Now remember we talked about the black on black tires. See him slowed up a little bit there. Now he's going. But again, we believe the craftsmanship in those tires is just not as good as we've seen on other tires. Keep your eyes open, builders, because I think you'll be disappointed. He comes through a nice smooth run here. He DNF'd 1 run. That was the second one. and his fastest time of the day was 20.6505.
Race fans, you've been watching day 2 of the Great Sand Dunes Showdown. 3 drivers managed to get a faster time than NZ Racing, and Grumpy Cloud Racing is sitting on the pole. 25 competitors have posted their time. Richard, how many entries do we have now?
Haha, race fans, we better do the dunes together because we have 88.
Are you tracking?